Hello guys, welcome to the Alvin series. So today we are going to be taking our first class on Python basics. So the next screen we are going to be seeing will give us list of what we are going to be covering up for the day. Okay, we are having number one, what is Python programming language? Now Python is a robust, high-level, object-oriented procedural programming language which is used in the development of website, mobile applications, desktop applications, artificial intelligence, embedded system, Internet of Everything, and the list goes on. Number two, the Python interpreter. The Python interpreter is a program that comes with your Python package, which is responsible for interpreting your code. Number three, what are variables? So variables in programming languages is like a container for holding for storing your data. Or we say it's like a container for storing things. So we are going to do a practical example of variables in Python. So this is an example of variables in Python. So the first one we have a variable 1 and equal to 10. So the variable 1 is the name of the variable, or the var1 is the name of the variable, while the 10 is the value of this variable. Also, the variable 2 follow the same principle. Variable 2 equal to 20. Variable 2 is the name of the variable. 20 is the value of the variable. So let's check on the list what we are having next. Okay, we are having Python indentation. So Python indentation is sometimes or somehow a problem for newbies. Now let's solve that. So we are having if and we say variable 1 equal to 10, and then we start from this side and say print true. So we are going to have an indentation error. Let's run the code by pressing F5. So you can see expected an indented block after if statement on line 4. So here is where we are having the problem. On line 4 is where we are having the problem. The problem is because whenever I give an if statement, you must make sure that you give one tab, or you give 4 spacebar 1, 2, 3, 4. Because 4 spacebar is equal to 1 tab. So when we run this code again, so look at it, it's now working. Okay, so that's how you solve indentation problems. Now the next we have, okay, number 5 is data types in Python. So let's look at data types in Python. First we have a variable 1 equal to 10, variable 2 equal to 20. Now both of these variables are integers, so I'm going to take away this one. Remember, we are working on data type, so we have integer data type, we have boolean data type. So the first one is variable 1. The name of the variable is variable 1 equal to 10, 10 being the value of variable or the variable 1. So now we are going to have another data type, which is variable 2 equal to 2.0. Now this is a float, a data type called float. Now the float is a decimal point. It's referring to a decimal point in programming. That's what we call them, called decimal point numbers, floats in programming. Now the next data type we are having is the Boolean data type. So we can use this or let's go for short, bool equal to true. Then we have the bool2 equal to false. Now, Boolean data types only can have two true and false. Okay. Now, the next one we're having is a character data type. So, the character data type we can use ch as the name of the variable and say a. It must only have one alphabet, either big letter or small letter. It must be one. It must not be more than one alphabet, and you must not use double quotes like this. When defining your characters, it must always be in single quotes like this, and you put your character inside. Then the next one is a string. So you can have hello world. So a string is combination of more than one character, and you use double quote to define it. Now let's move. We have about 1 2 okay 1 2 3 4 5 data types is here right now. So let's check on the next one we have to do. Okay, so we are going to work on strings operation. You can see it right here, number 6, strings operation. So take note of this, write it down. So we are going to work on string. So this is a string. I told you string is a combination of more than one character. So the first thing we are going to be doing in string is concatenation, joining two variables. So we have string2 equal to world. Okay, so then we remember to print out your code to the interpreter. You use the function print, just like what I did there. Now for concatenation, it says string plus string2, and you save. F5 to run your code. You see hello world. Now let's put spaces between them. You can do this and we save. You can see hello world. When you put a space at the first one, you put a space here. So the next, okay, let's go ahead and work on this is concatenation. So I'm going to comment this out. So what comment does is this: it helps you to remember what a piece of code is doing. Comment. So comment cancel a code. You can use comment to remove a code. You can use your comment to make you remember what a piece of code is doing. Maybe after a very long time, coming back to rewrite the code, or maybe working on a code project, you will find out that you are not able to remember some things. So you use code to make you remember those things. So the next thing we want to look at is so what we want to do next is to get, let's start with the first variable. So it's to get the index of each character. So in programming, the list index starts from 0, increases to the right. So now we have the st variable. We want to get the first variable h, so we are going to put in 0. Remember to print this out, and we save. Okay, so you see we're having h. Now the next thing we want to do, we are going to put in 2. So let's see what we are going to have. Let's count 0, 1, 2. So we are going to have L. So we have L right here. Also, we can start from the right hand side to count down to the left by including the minus sign. Then we save F5 to run. Okay, so you see we are having 0. So let's go back to count it. Now we have remember we have a space right here, 1 1 2 1 2. So I'm counting with this space right here. So now what we are going to do, let's take away the space and then run this code again. So you see we're having L. Let's go back to count it. 1 2 1 2. You see, so let's put the space back again and save and change this to 5. Now we save. So we're having E. Let's count it. 0 1 2 3. No, 1 2 3 4 5. So that's how you count. You count from the right down to the left. So in our next class we are going to be working with string functions. So let's look at the next in line to take. So the next one is maths operation with variables, which is number 7. So now we are going to take away all this. Please take note of this. We are going to take we are going to put variables right here. I'm going to comment this out. So we are having variable 1 equal to 10. Now we are having print variable 1 times 2. So we save and we print this out. So 20 minus 20 minus 10 divided by 2. 5.0 raised to power 2. So this is how you do raised to power. You put double asterisk. Oh, there is a problem there. Okay. So you see 100. 10 raised to power 2 is 100. So the next two we want to look at, let's have variable 2 right here equal to 2 results equal to variable 1 plus variable 2 minus 10. So now we print out results. Changes to 2. Let's say the answer is 2. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to work with few maths functions. Okay, so we are going to do rounding up. So we will define a variable. I will use R for this. I will say equal to let's make this to 0.50. So let's print out this. So you see it's rounding up to 10. So let's make this 80. So you see it's rounding up to 11. So that's the function of round in Python. So we are going to comment this out. Okay, So the next part we want to work with is the max and min, maximum and minimum. So the maximum function in Python checks or gives you the bigger number. So for this we are going to use variable 1 and variable 2. So we say variable 1 and we say variable 2. Let's use the arrow variable. So let's point this. We are going to, between variable 1 and variable 2, we are going to know which one is the biggest. So you see 10.8, variable 1 is the biggest. Now let's do it minimum. So we are going to know which one is the smallest among them. So you see variable 2 is the smallest. Okay, let's go back to our list to know which one to tackle next. Okay, so we have maths. Okay, we have done that. Number 8, what is data structure? Okay, to answer that question, data structure is the way a computer organizes and manages data. So we are going to use Python to work on this, or to know how data structures work. So we are having currently four data structures right here. The first one is list, second dictionary, tuple, and the last one set. So we are going to work with list first. Okay, so let's go back to our code. So take note of this. I'm going to wipe it off. Okay, so now let's define a list. LT equal to, so put our square brackets, and this is a number list. So we just want to have from 1 to 10. Okay, so that's it. So let's print out our lists. Okay, so this is our list. Now, one might want to ask, why are we bringing lists? Why not use variables to store all the items, the numbers from 1 to 10? Now, notice that the data structure list kind of is more organized when you compare it to having a lot of variables from 1 to 10. So the list data structure or data type is puts your data into more structured form, and then enable you to well manage doing processing data, easily manage data when you're processing them. So we are going to do little of processing in the list data structure. So the first what I want to do is adding of items. So we are going to say lc.append 11. So let's run this. So you can see we're having 11 there. Let's add another. And to copy and then paste. So you can see. Now we are going to learn how to remove items from the list. So say lt.pop. Okay, so it says, so let's do that again. lt.pop. I will copy this and paste to make it easier. So you see, that's how you remove items. So let's look at how to append or how to add items to a list, specifying the position we want it to be. So let's do that. lt.index 0 So 0 is not in lists. Okay. Okay. What this function does is that it replaces an item in the list. So let's do that. Wow, one is not in the list. Oh, sorry, this function checks to see if an item is in the list. So let's see if number 3 is there. So you know number 3 is there because it shows nothing there. So let's see if number 50 is there. So you see there is no 50. That's why it's giving a value error. Okay. So another way to put items in our list is to use the insert function. Don't worry about the functions for now. In the next class, we are going to talk about functions. So we have lt.insert. So we want this to be in position 0. Then we'll put 50. Okay, I think this error is coming from. So what we are going to do here is to comment this out. Okay, so you see we have 50 right there. So let's insert another one. Copy this, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl V to paste. Then we put this in position 1 in our list, and we put 80 and we save. We see we have this. Okay, let's see what we have next in the row. Okay, so we have the dictionary. So take note of this. I'll pull this out. So we want to define a dictionary. We have the variable dictionary equal to. So mind the brackets because it can be confusing. So in dictionary, the difference between your dictionary and your list is that dictionaries have keys and values. So they are kind of pairs. We use the keys in dictionary to pair with the values, while in list we only have values. So we are going to say key 1, key 1 has A, and key 2 has B. So next we are going to print out our dictionary. Okay, so now what the main what we really need in our dictionary is the values, not actually the keys. So how do we do that? To do that, we'll put a square bracket here, and then we'll put double quotes and we'll say key 1. So we have A. So if we put key 2 right here, we have B. Okay, so that's for the dictionary data structure. So let's look at what we have next. So we have the tuple. Okay, now the tuple, the difference between your list and your tuple is that because the list and the tuple are similar in nature. So what their difference is that the list is mutable, meaning that you can change it, while your tuple is immutable, meaning that you can't change the values. For example, you can assign your list, the items in your list. Let's say we have this, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have tuple equal to, and your tuple uses parentheses. So we have 1, 2, 3. It is okay to say list 0, meaning that we want to change this one and you say equal to 20. But it will give you error if you say tuple 0 equal to 20. So let's run this to see if really we are in line. So you can see the error, type error, tuple object does not support item assignments. So let's check our list to see. We commented the tuple out, so let's run this. You can see that there is no error here because the list supports, the list is mutable while your tuple is immutable, so that's the difference. So what we want to work with is a tuple. So now we already define our tuple and we are going to print it out. So say tuple and we save. Okay, so now we can also print one item. Okay, so that is it for your tuple. So the next one I want to look at is the set, which is the last number 12. So the set is also like a list. Now the difference is that the set does not support two identical items in a set. So what this means is that you cannot have, let's say having variable a equal to set. You have this and you say 1, 2, 2, 3, 6. Okay, so let's run this. Pay attention to the double 2 we are having there. I will say print a. Okay, I think we need to put in strings, not integers. So let's do that. Let's change all of this. 1, 2, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7. Now pay attention to the last digit, 777. So you can see 1642 is the sets automatically removed the multiple 7 we are having. I'm just leaving 1. So that's the difference between your sets and list. Set does not allow identical items to be in one set. So that's how your set works, and this is how you print it out, and also how to print out individual items. You can do this. Okay, so we can't. Okay, so you just have to can only print all at once. So in our, or you can iter on the set object. So in our next class we are going to be doing loops, how to iterate over a set to print out individual items from a set. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you and the support. Thank you guys.